Welcome back to Tips and Tricks with Eska. Today we're talking about tanking tactics. Last video we talked about tanking loadouts. Today we're going to talk about how we're actually going to use those loadouts and how we can actually utilize the tank to its fullest extent. Some people don't understand that the tank is your biggest asset on the battlefield. There's not going to be anything more powerful than the tank. I mean, you could take jets, you can take helicopters, but in the end, if you have the same skilled person in each of these, the tank is going to be the one that's going to be out there in front. It's going to be changing the battlefield for your team faster than any of the other ones. So let's go ahead and take a look at a few different things. Alright, first thing we're going to talk about is stagger formation. Stagger formation is when you have multiple armor units close by, and what you're trying to do with stagger formation is you're trying to make it to where every armor in your close range proximity has a way to fall back without hindering the performance of the other armor. So if you look here, you'll see that there is an APC and there is me, the tank. The APC is off on the right lane of this road and I'm on the left lane. So at any point in time, if he needs to fall back, he can roll directly back and I can roll directly front to kind of stop any attacks on him directly so he can have time to heal up, do what he needs to do. Stagger formation is pivotal when you're trying to keep a team armor division online. So you need to just pay attention to where you're at, pay attention to where the other tanks are, and stagger yourself so that they're not going to bump into you when they're trying to get away, and you're not going to bump into them when you're trying to advance or trying to get away yourself. Alright, so the next thing we're talking about is cover. A lot of people don't really utilize cover very well in tanks. And as you can see here, there's these trucks that I'm kind of keeping my tank behind. One thing you got to also note is if you remember from the last video, thermal camo is applied to me right now. So my color is the same color as these trucks. So when that vehicle over there, he pulls on thermal optics, it's going to be very hard for him to distinguish me from the trucks. So when he's going to fire in, he's going to miss some shots, he's going to hit those trucks, he's going to get some close to me, but he's not going to have an easy time, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure that the enemy has a harder time finding you, and you have an easier time killing him. So here's another example of cover. I'm sitting by the same trucks again, and an enemy tank comes up the hill, and I'm sitting right in front of the thermal truck here. He's got some heat signatures. That APC is still not able to find me, and we have other threats in the area. He's not focusing on the tank. This is how you use cover. Use cover in a tank like you're in infantry. Same way. Alright, we're going to talk about friendly armor support. You can see in this video, my friendly AA is taking a lot of damage from a tank right up around this heel. As a main battle tank, I'm trying to stay in the back to provide heavy support. He is a lighter vehicle, and even though he's an AA, he is a lighter vehicle. The idea is that they should be in front. They should be scouting for you. But whenever you see them taking damage here, as you can tell in this video, I'm rolling forward to see if I can take some of those tank hits so he doesn't go down. Because we can always repair him and keep him up in the battle, but the thing is that if he takes too many spike hits, he will take critical damage when I will not. So I'm going to try and be the biggest threat to his enemy right now. And in this video, he was just taking out this tank as fast as possible. I come in, I finish off the tank, but if you looked at the whole battle, he was taking a lot of upfront damage. He ended up having to go out and repair later. But your idea in supporting your friendlies is if you're not taking a lot of hits, you're almost fully repaired, you need to jump in front of them, you need to make sure they can still shoot, but you need to be that threat to the enemy so they're not singly focusing on him. Here's a combination of friendly armor support and stagger formation. As you can tell, the AA is taking a lot of damage from the tank up ahead. I roll around on the outside of him and become the biggest threat to that tank at that point. What you'll notice is that he finally identifies me because right now I'm invisible to him with my thermal camo. But as I come in front of this AA, he noticed, oh man, there's more armor than there needs to be and more armor than I can handle. So he rolls back, and then I am taking the biggest threat. I move forward. As I'm moving forward, the AA is behind me and he's providing me support as well from the helicopter, as you can't see off screen. I come in there, I get the kill, and we move on, and that's how we do it. Movement is critical in a tank. Whenever you see me going through these small little alleyways here, I'm paying very close attention to the corners of the treads. I don't want to hit any thing that's going to slow me down completely. When you're moving through these close quarter combat areas, you are the most vulnerable thing in the world. If I hit something, or you hit something, infantry can run up on you, C4, you're done. So the idea is to keep moving and to know your surroundings and keep moving. So when you're playing in a tank, you need to remain calm. You need to stay calm no matter what happens. Here's a perfect example. You see my map come up, you see my chat come up whenever I'm fighting this one tank. My daughter happened to grab my keyboard at the time and started hitting buttons to open up my map, to open up my chat relay here. And then I'm able to quickly stay calm, take out the map, stop the chat session, and I still go ahead and get this kill on this tank because he's trying to rush, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on and how I can win this battle. Leverage. Battlefield has pretty basic physics in the game. Whenever two heavy objects collide, physics are going to be applied to it. Here what you see is we have two tanks sliding into each other. One of them is me, one of them is an enemy. And because of the way he slides into the tank, he rolls with his treads up my midsection. My midsection acts as a ramp for him, and it pushes him up over the top. This is great for me because now I can keep shooting him the whole time he doesn't even have an angle of attack on me at all. The reason for this is that the turret actually shoots the missile, the projectile, from the beginning of the barrel and not at the end of the barrel. So it's kind of a visual glitch. And as you see here after the end of the fight, I roll in to get some cover, repair up, and we move on to the next fight. Patience. Moving on, if you look at this video clip here, you see that I see several tanks moving in behind this little fence area. The idea here is that, can I shoot them? Yes. Should I shoot them? No. Because right now I need to see what they're doing. I have thermal camo on. They don't know I'm here, so I can wait for that prime shot to be able to get the advantage on both of them. You have to wait in Battlefield. It's a game about strategy and it's a game about skill. Skill is patience. Wait. Make your move precisely accurate. Here you can see I team up with a friendly armor unit and we're moving in on an enemy armor emplacement. Right off the bat, we have some problems with our stagger formation. I bump into him. That's my fault completely. He's stopping suddenly without communicating with me, and that's his fault, telling me that he didn't tell me there's an armor in front. In the fight, you see that he's taken several shots. I see he takes 2, which means he can only take 2 more left. So my first default reaction at this point is to move forward, take those hits from him, and try to help him survive this encounter. Alright, the next very critical thing is angle of attack. Some people call it elevation, whatever you want to call it. Your tank is not always going to be able to get the angle of attack on the air targets and ground targets that you need, depending on your elevation to the target. Sometimes you have to use heals. Most of the time you have to use heals to be able to put your tank turn up a little bit higher, get that higher angle, or to be able to dip forward and get a better angle like I am here on this guy. As you can tell, I'm shooting this APC, and he's not really able to hit me very easily until he starts using a heal as well, because I'm higher ground than him, and I'm able to get those nice, easy hits on him. Here I'm trying to hit a helicopter with a tank shell, and I'm at the max of my turn to go up. In order to get this hit, I need to roll back on the hill that I'm on in order to get that angle of attack. As you can see here, right before I pull back, I roll back a bit in the tank, I get that leverage that I need, and then I shoot the shell, knock him down, he's gone. The question I get asked the most is, how do I kill helos so easily? One of the things that people don't realize is that the way the helicopter flies is they have this helicopter blade above them that pushes air down below them to give them their momentum. I never really fire at a helicopter when it's coming at me. I always fire at a helicopter when it's flying away from me. The reason for that is when they're coming in for their angle of attack on you, they're losing all their momentum, all of their speed as they fly in to get their attack run on you. So that means when they're done, when they pass over you, their momentum's gone, and they have to regain that speed and that altitude. That's when you hit them. Right after they pass, right after their first attack run, they have no speed, no altitude, and you can get that headshot off them every time. Guys, if you like this video, please subscribe, please like, please share. If you have any questions or want to see anything else, please leave a comment below. Thanks.